our color-coded chart ran and just came out on Saturday night. We had counties in the orange. We had, I think, Logan, Fayette, and Kanawha County in the orange and Monroe County in the red. Now, being in the red county, that means everything stops. Practice stops, the school stops, surely no competition, everything stops. From the standpoint of the counties that are in orange, we have really worked all weekend to try to find a way to message to all those that are in those counties that are in orange, to some way try to motivate and do all we possibly could while we still have time before school starts to get them moved down into the yellow or green area. And we've had a lot of different ideas and a lot of collaboration between all the parties. If I had a nickel for every phone call that's been made, since forever ago, I'd have a lot of nickels. Now, with that being said, I want everyone to know just two things. The first thing is just this. As your governor, I have to protect the public health across this state. I have to do everything in my power to be able to do that. And absolutely, I am not going to compromise regardless to the pressure. I am not going to compromise in any way the well-being of our children, the well-being of our counties, the well-being of our cities. I'm not going to do that. Now, and in holding steadfast to that, that's why really and truly we have primarily pitched the numbers that we're pitching, because in doing that, you, West Virginians, have stepped up to the plate and you have answered the call. Now, we have a unique situation and a unique opportunity here, because on the other hand, while I'm the governor and I'm looking out for the public health of all of us in the state of West Virginia, I'm also a coach. And I also know just how much playing sports means to our communities, it means to our children, it means to our schools, it means to all the fabrics in different ways of our lives. So, with that being said, I think we have an opportunity, a real opportunity. We have a week, and then we're going to go back to school, which is by far more important than the sports, but it is absolutely that we do have a week. And so here's what we're going to do. And this is through the collaboration of lots and lots of our experts and lots of people. I have said over and over, is there a way that we can find, and I started this really back surely on Saturday, and then through Saturday night, and then through all day yesterday. And so this decision was made way before we got here today. But in all of that, I've been trying to figure out, well, what can we do? What can we do to the orange counties to incentivize them even more to be able to get in the yellow and green? And what can we do to assure that if we allowed competition, what could we do that would ensure us, that would have us the level of safety that we need to have? So here's what we've come up with. For those three counties, now we can't do anything with Monroe County today, but for those three counties that are in the orange, and we have consulted with every health expert, we have consulted with all kinds of people. For those three counties that are in the orange, and that is Kanawha, Fayette, and Logan County, for those three counties, we're going to test every athlete in those three counties immediately. We're going to test all the coaching staff, all those that are involved, the bands, everybody in those three counties. Now, if all the athletes, the staff, and everything tests negative, you're going to be allowed to play. If one person tests negative, we're going to have to step back and absolutely we're going to have to then reevaluate everything. But what is it going to do? What's it going to do for us more than anything? What's the underlying thing here? The underlying thing here is not so much, well, let's just get us back to playing. That's not that. The underlying thing is just this. It will give us information. It will give us a lot of information. It will give us information that will aid those counties to get them out of the orange, possibly, before that we go back into a situation to where those kids are not allowed to go back to school. Because if we do that, and that's what happens, those kids are going to start off behind and they may not catch up. And so we've got a week. We've got a week. Is it the best program known to man? Is it perfect? Of course it's not. But we've got a week. So what we'll do, we've scrambled all the resources that we can possibly scramble. We'll go test everyone. If the football team tests and they're all good to go, we play the football game. If the volleyball team tests, they're all good to go, we play volleyball games. If the soccer team tests, we play soccer. If the band tests positive, with one of the people on the band that tests positive, the band can't play. It's just that simple. This is the very, very best that we can possibly do. And the other thing it will do more than anything, it gives us information. What if we go into Fayette County and we test the volleyball team and the soccer team and the cross-country team and the football team and we get a bunch of positives? Then we know more about what we're going to have to do to be able to get Fayette County safer from the standpoint of all the residents of Fayette County, safer from the standpoint of being able to get them out of the orange and into the yellow or the green. So that's it. Now, along the way here, I'm going to have, different people talk to you. You're welcome to answer questions, but we're going to run to the fire like you can't imagine right now to be able to test everybody we can possibly test. Everybody that's going to be on those fields or in those gymnasiums that are going to be playing, and we're going to test the coaches, we're going to test everyone. And if at the end of the day, what if we find a player that tests positive? Do we want to know that? Well, of course we do. Most generally, they'll be asymptomatic. Do we want to know if a coach is testing positive? Well, of course we do. And will that help us in that community? Of course it will. So this is the very, very best that I think we can do. It's an opportunity that we have, and it's a one-time deal. This is it. This is a one-time deal. We're not going to go forward because we don't have the resources to go forward. What if we end up in a situation in the middle of the season, we've got 8 counties that are orange, and we say, well, we'd like to test them all. We can't do that. So everyone needs to know, and everyone needs to know right now, right this minute, if you were in the yellow by the map, on Saturday night you play. If you were in the orange, we got to get you tested. And then we got to get everybody passed. And if everybody passes, you can play. If they don't, you can't play. It's just that simple.